All right, so have you noticed this? It feels like every single day, boom, another AI tool pops up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this could be amazing, right? You get excited. But then, bam, you see the price tag and it's another monthly subscription. Seriously. It's like, I swear my credit card is going to start thinking AI actually stands for always increasing my bill.
Yeah, I totally get that. There's so much buzz, so much potential, but also this feeling of, wait, how am I supposed to keep up with all of this? And how am I supposed to afford it all?
Exactly. So that makes you think, right? Like, what if there was some kind of secret passage, some way to tap into all this incredible AI stuff without, you know, needing to win the lottery first?
It's interesting you say that because it seems like a lot of folks are feeling that same way. They're excited about AI, they want to use it, but the way it's all set up now can be overwhelming.
Absolutely. Well, get this, because today we are diving deep into something called Next AI. Now, full transparency here, all the info we're looking at comes straight from Next AI themselves. So think of us as your guides, your explorers, as we try to figure out what this whole Next AI thing is all about. What are they claiming to offer? Which of those big AI names, the Googles, the Amazons of the world, are they saying you can access through their platform? And most importantly, what are the potential upsides and maybe some things to watch out for as you decide if this one-stop shop approach fits how you want to use AI?
I like that. It's like we're on this quest together, right? Just trying to separate the hype from the reality.
Exactly. So let's get right to it. Next, AI's big attention-grabbing claim is this. They call it the world's first AI app that somehow brings together all these premium AI products and apps from some of the biggest names in tech. We're talking Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, TikTok, Adobe, X, the one that used to be Twitter, even Twilio and MailChimp all in one place. But here's the real head scratcher. They're shouting from the rooftops about no monthly fees after you make a one-time purchase. I mean, in this world of subscriptions for everything, that sounds almost too good to be true, right?
Yeah, it definitely makes you wonder. The promise of a one-time purchase is incredibly appealing, especially when you think about how many monthly subscriptions most of us are already juggling. It's like, sign me up. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? It does make you think about how that even works. I mean, these big companies are constantly updating their AI, adding new features, right? So how does Next AI keep up with all of that if you're not paying them every month? It kind of implies that maybe you're getting access to a specific version of the tools, like a snapshot in time, and you might miss out on all the cool new stuff that comes out later.
That is a really, really good point. It's like buying a car, but then never getting any of the software updates, right? Things
Yeah.
could get outdated pretty quickly. So that's something to keep in mind for sure. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks here. They actually name drop a whole bunch of specific AI tools. So let's go through them one by one, starting with Google. They say you'll get access to things like Google Bard, their Vision AI, Google Translate, drawings, even Google Docs and Google Ads. They're basically saying, hey, you can create all kinds of awesome stuff using Google's AI, from videos and translations to, those targeted ads that seem to know exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah, it does sound super convenient, right? Having all that Google AI power right at your fingertips. But, and I know I keep saying but, I can't help it, but it's important to think about how smoothly it all actually works. I mean, if you're using Google Bard directly, you're plugged right into your Google account, you get all the latest uploads immediately, and you know it's going to work perfectly with all your other Google stuff. With Next AI, it's hard to know exactly how deeply they've integrated with these tools. Will you have all the same functionality? Will there be any lag time getting new features? It's a question mark.
Absolutely. Okay, next up is Amazon. Next AI lists things like their e-com store builder, Alexa AI, Polly, which turns text into speech, and Lambda. They seem to be focusing on the idea that you can set up online stores that update themselves automatically, get those super smooth professional voiceovers, and even turn your written content into videos.
And this is where things get really interesting because Amazon's AI is everywhere. They have things like Lambda, which is basically their super powerful cloud computing service that lets developers build and run incredibly complex AI applications. So the fact that they're mentioning Lambda in the context of Next AI suggests that maybe there's the potential to do some really advanced stuff here. But again, it all comes down to how deeply they've actually integrated these tools. Do you get the full power of Lambda or just a simplified version? It's a big question.
For sure. Okay, let's move on to Microsoft. They mentioned Bing Chatbot, Copilot, OneDrive for cloud storage, Microsoft 365, and even Whiteboard. The big sell here seems to be this idea of easily creating marketing copy, generating cool images and videos, and having everything neatly organized in one place. Sounds pretty slick if it all works seamlessly.
And Microsoft has been really pushing AI integration across their entire suite of products. So you can imagine the potential here, right? You could be using a chatbot within Next AI to brainstorm content ideas, then seamlessly transfer that content to your OneDrive, and then edit it in a cloud-based version of Microsoft 365, all without ever leaving the Next AI platform. But again, it all hinges on how smoothly these different pieces actually feed together. Will it be as seamless as using the native Microsoft apps? That's the key question.
Yeah, integration is everything, right? Okay, next up, Apple. They list Apple Music, Siri as your voice-controlled assistant, their motion graphics software, and even professional-level video editing software like Final Cut Pro. They're clearly playing to the creative crowd here, the folks who want to make music, design motion graphics, and edit videos that look like they belong on the big screen.
And this is where things get really interesting because Apple is known for its closed ecosystem. They like to keep tight control over their hardware and software. So how a third-party platform like Next AI manages to integrate with those tools, especially the really powerful professional-level software like Final Cut Pro and Motion, is a big deal. Will it be a smooth experience? Will there be limitations compared to using those apps directly on an Apple device? Those are important questions.
Absolutely. All right, we're not even halfway through. Meta's on the list too, with their Instagram and Facebook content creation studio, Ads Creator, and the Messenger chatbot. The big promise here is being able to create those viral reels that everyone's sharing and running super effective ads on social media.
And this is huge for businesses, right? Social media is everything these days. So if Next AI can actually deliver on the promise of making it easier to create great content and run effective ads on those platforms, it could be a game changer. But of course, there's always a caveat. Social media platforms are constantly changing their algorithms and features. So how well Next AI keeps up with those changes will ultimately determine how useful it is for social media marketing.
Makes sense. And then there's TikTok, with their Creative Center, Smart Video AI, and TikTok Ads Manager, all focused on helping you create those short, attention-grabbing videos and run ads that actually get people to stop scrolling.
Yeah, and TikTok is all about speed and virality. Their whole platform is built on the idea of these short, highly engaging videos that spread like wildfire. So any AI tools that can help you create that kind of content more easily are incredibly valuable. But the key question here is whether Next AI brings anything new to the table. TikTok already has its own set of creator tools and AI features within its advertising platform. So does Next AI offer something unique, something that TikTok doesn't already provide? That's what you need to ask.
Great point. Now, they also mention Adobe Creative Suite, specifically Cloud, Dimension, Sensei, which is Adobe's AI engine, and Premiere Rush. This is clearly aimed at the professional creators and editors who rely on Adobe's powerful software.
And Adobe Creative Suite is the gold standard for so many creative professionals. So if Next AI can genuinely integrate with those tools and leverage the power of Adobe Sensei for things like automatic image editing or intelligent video editing, that's a big deal. But as always, the devil's in the details. How much access do you actually get? Which features are available through Next AI? They need to be comparable to what you get with a direct Adobe subscription to make it worthwhile.
Exactly. It can't just be a watered-down version.
Right.
Okay, even X, the one that used to be Twitter, gets a shout-out with TweetDeck, their Twitter Moments AI, and the X Ads Manager, all promising to help you create AI-powered tweets and ads that stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, and while X might not be shouting about their AI as loudly as some of the other platforms, any tools that can help you create more engaging content and run more effective ads on that platform are valuable.
Absolutely. All right, almost there. Twilio makes an appearance with SendGrid and their voice and messaging API. They're basically saying you can use Next AI to send out mass emails, text messages, voice calls, and even video messages.
And for businesses that rely heavily on communicating directly with their customers, this could be really powerful. Imagine being able to streamline all your outreach efforts, personalize your messages, and automate a lot of your communication workflow all through a single platform. That's the promise here.
And last but not least, there's MailChimp with their AI email campaign manager and AI email writer. The big claim here is unlimited automated AI emails. That sounds like a dream come true for anyone who spends way too much time on email marketing.
Yeah, email marketing is still a huge part of digital strategy for a lot of businesses. So having AI features that can help you automate those tedious tasks like writing compelling email copy or segmenting your audience could be incredibly valuable.
Okay, so we've gone through a truly massive list of tools. But the promotional material doesn't stop there. They really push this whole business opportunity angle. They talk a lot about how you can start your own AI content creation agency using Next AI. They even throw out some pretty eye-catching numbers, saying you can earn $500 to $1,000 per content creation task. And they emphasize that a commercial license is included, meaning you can legally sell anything you create using the platform.
Yeah, they're definitely tapping into that entrepreneurial spirit, that desire to be your own boss and build a successful business. And to be fair, the commercial license is a big deal. It gives you the legal right to profit from the content you create using Next AI. But while those potential earnings sound amazing, it's important to stay grounded. Building a successful agency takes a lot more than just having access to tools. You need to market yourself, find clients, manage projects, and consistently deliver high-quality work. So the platform can provide the tools, but your success ultimately depends on you, your hustle, and your skills.
Totally agree. There's no magic button to instant riches, right?
Right.
Now, another big point they keep hammering home is the incredible cost savings. They're basically saying you'll save a ton of money by ditching all those individual monthly subscriptions to the different AI tools. They even compare their one-time price to what it would supposedly cost to access all of this separately, making it seem like a no-brainer.
And on the surface, it's a compelling argument, right? If you're already using a bunch of different AI tools and paying monthly for each one, consolidating everything into a single platform for a one-time fee could save you a lot of money. But here's the thing. You have to do your homework. You have to compare what's included in Next AI for each specific tool against what you get with the full paid version directly from the provider. Are you getting all the same features? Are there any limitations? That's the key to figuring out if the cost savings are actually as significant as they claim.
Yeah, you got to read the fine print, right? Now, they also make a big deal about how user-friendly Next AI is. They call it newbie-friendly and claim it has a super intuitive dashboard. They break it down into a simple three-step process. Access, generate, which they say you can do in just 60 seconds using voice commands, and sell. Plus, they mention they include step-by-step training videos to walk you through everything.
Yeah, ease of use is so important, especially for people who are new to AI. Having a well-designed platform and clear training resources can really lower the barrier to entry and make it easier for anyone to start using these powerful tools. And the idea of generating content in just 60 seconds using your voice is pretty cool. It sounds super efficient. But again, you have to think about the quality of the output. Will it be good enough? Will you have enough control over the creative process? Those are things to consider.
Definitely. Okay, to try and put your mind at ease about taking the plunge, they really emphasize their ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. They even go so far as to suggest that you might get some bonus software even if you decide to ask for a refund.
Yeah, it's an interesting approach. A money-back guarantee is always a good sign. It shows that they're confident in their product and that they're willing to stand behind it. And the bonus software thing, that's pretty unusual. I haven't seen that before.
Okay, now here's where things get a little intense. They start using a lot of scarcity and urgency tactics. You know, those countdown timers ticking away, warnings flashing about how this opportunity disappears once the timer hits 0. They mention a really low introductory price, but then contrast it with what they claim are the usual much higher monthly or yearly costs.
Yeah, this is classic marketing, right? They're trying to create that fear of missing out, that sense that you have to act now or you'll miss out on this incredible deal. It can be really effective, but it's important to not let it cloud your judgment. Don't let the pressure of a deadline push you into making a decision you're not ready for. Take your time, do your research, and decide based on the actual value of the product, not just the fear of missing out.
Absolutely. And finally, they sprinkle in a bit of social proof. They have a quote from someone they call a 7-figure copywriter who raves about Next AI. And they claim that thousands of smart marketers and business owners are secretly using Next AI.
Yeah, testimonials and claims of widespread adoption can be persuasive, but always take those with a grain of salt. It's easy to cherry-pick positive reviews and exaggerate the number of users. Focus on the facts, the features, and the functionality of the product itself, not just what other people are saying about it.
Okay, so let's try to sum all of this up. Basically, Next AI is pitching itself as this all-in-one AI powerhouse, giving you access to a huge range of tools from some of the biggest names in tech, all for a single one-time payment. They're really emphasizing the potential for starting your own AI-powered business and saving a ton of money on monthly subscriptions.
Exactly. But, and this is a big but, everything we've discussed today comes straight from Next AI's own marketing materials. So while we've tried to break down their claims and highlight the potential benefits and things to watch out for, it's crucial that you do your own due diligence. Don't just take our word for it. Dig deeper, read reviews, and most importantly, think about your own specific needs and how you plan to actually use AI in your work or business.
Absolutely. We've given you the roadmap, but the exploration is up to you.
And that brings us to a final thought for you to ponder. With all these incredible AI tools available, which ones are most exciting to you? If you had easy access to all of them, how would you use them to create something truly amazing? What problems would you solve? What opportunities would you unlock?
Those are the questions worth asking. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And be sure to check out our other videos for more explorations of the ever-evolving world of AI.